Welcome back to Sprague Homestead on your Female Farmer Friday. So this week what we're going to be talking about is kind of general, but we're basically going to be talking about having the right tools for the job. What separates the female homesteader from the male homesteader, especially on a woman that's doing it all herself or doing most of it herself, is really going to be about the tools. Men can do a lot more. Physically, they're just built differently. Where my husband has no problem packing 800 pounds of feed around, for me, it's going to take some other things, to get the job done. So depending on the job, you may need things like heavy-duty carts. The standard wheelbarrow may not work for you. It certainly doesn't work for me. We'll do a review in the coming weeks of the big Rubbermaid big-wheeled carts. I have one of those, and that is absolutely the bomb, I'm here to tell you. To put away 1,000 pounds of feed, I rely on my trusty Arctic Cat quad. It's got racks on the front and back. This is how I move feed around. Where when my husband waters some of the critters out back, he can carry 2 5-gallon buckets. That's really hard on my joints, and we unfortunately did not put a spigot back there. So I've got a little cart for the quad, and I've got a water tank, and I go ahead and fill the water tank and take it back there. So one of the biggest things I hear from everybody, man, woman alike, is how do you do all the things that you do? And that's why I wanted to talk so much about having the right tools. We can't be expected to do everything. We are women, and while that's very empowering and women are amazing, we are physically the weaker sex. It's just kind of the way it is. We do 120-pound hay bales here for most of the animals, which are very difficult for me. And I'm a good-sized lady, and I still have trouble with them. So what happens is I have to break out the tractor to move hay if I'm moving a lot of it. Or if I'm moving just a few bales, I'm going to go get my cart. Or, for instance, we baled our own hay last year. If you've seen the videos, you might notice that we baled about 55-pound bales. And the reason for that is there is no point, if we're going to do hay for ourselves, to do stuff that only Canaan can lift. So my point, ladies, is this, as you're going about your farming thing, don't let physicality stop you from anything. When people say, oh, you can't do that, or, gosh, I hear women say it all the time, I can't do that, it's too heavy, I can't do that, I'm not that strong. There are tools out there. You've just got to look for it. And ask your other farmers. Lots of women, I'm not the only one, that has a million little tips and tricks to get just about anything done. From dealing with buck goats to cut feet, to not wanting to drag heavy hoses around in the summer months to feed and water. There are tools out there for everything. So this is my little empowerment speech for Friday. You can do it. There are tools out there. Are they going to cost you a little bit more than the male farmer that's trying to do it on his own? Probably, but it's going to be worth every penny into turning that can't-do attitude into a can-do attitude. So that's going to be it for your Female Farmer Friday. I know it's short, sweet. That's how we're going to keep it this week. Trying to beat the rain. You might see how gray and nasty it is behind me. Next week, we're going to talk about one of the most important things that you can have on the homestead, and that's good shoes. From work boots to mud boots. We're going to talk about my favorite picks, things I like, didn't like. I've had most of the major brands at this point in my life, and so we're going to talk about those. If you have other things you want to see talked about in one of these future episodes, please leave it down in the comments, and we will get right back to you. So that's it from Sprague Homestead. Happy homesteading. Remember, you can do it.